After pretending to not know whose cocaine was in the White House, Secret Service reveals drugs were found twice in 2022 as well. It's now being reported that the Secret Service closed down the White House cocaine investigation without any suspects. That was awfully fast, don't you think? And so it seems that the Biden administration took the Secret Service down to the level of the crooked FBI and the crooked DOJ. Let's get into it. I think that we can say safely that it's been established by now that the FBI has become the personal police force of the Democratic Party, particularly for the Biden administration to go after political enemies, meaning anyone who disagrees with them. Director Christopher Wray is an absolute disgrace who, every time he goes up on Capitol Hill, acts like a complete moron, telling the members of Congress that he doesn't know anything about anything that they ask him. And when they know that he knows something, he claims that he can't talk about it because it's an ongoing investigation. See the pattern here? Under the Democrats, you get to lie about anything, so long as you start an investigation on it. I remember after the Republicans won back the House, they received a notice from the DOJ reminding them that they will not answer any questions about anything that was still under investigation. It was the slimiest way that they could tell the Republicans in the House that they weren't going to cooperate with anything that went against the Biden administration, including high crimes and misdemeanors. Now, all of that was terrible, but now it looks like the corruption has finally hit the Secret Service, which up until now was an uncorruptible agency. Way to go, Biden family. With the help of the misinformation fake news media, the Biden administration was able to put out disinformation that there just weren't any cameras in the area and that a lot of people go through there. Well, that's all bullshit. We have former Secret Service agents, including Dan Bongino, who said that in the area where the cocaine was found, no one could get to that area without being on a specific chart on a list that says that you are allowed to go there that day. And there aren't usually so many people on that list per day that it would hinder the efforts of the Secret Service to figure out who left Hunter Biden's cocaine there, if you know what I mean. So it was either the coke came from Secret Service members who were on that list to be in that area, which I highly doubt, or it was White House staffers, most of whom have been there for years in order to be able to get on that list, which I also highly doubt, because I'm willing to bet that most of them do not have the Biden name, and therefore they would go to prison, unlike anyone with the Biden name. Or it was possible that it was high-ranking politicians who were on the list to get in there, but I highly doubt that as well, because I don't think any of those people would have taken a chance to bring a bag of cocaine into that area of the White House. What's interesting is that anyone who gets into that area of the White House is vetted before they get in there, because if you're going to be near the president and or his family, they want to know who you are. They want to know what you're bringing into the White House with you, and the only people who get to bypass that kind of scrutiny are the president and his family and possibly members of his cabinet who enter the White House with him. Now, the liberals will say, well, you can't prove it was Hunter because there's just no proof. Now, I'll bet they did have proof, but the Biden White House got the Secret Service to kill it. We can say that, well, we can speculate it. Of course, it's pure speculation, but we can speculate that because of all the other goddamn things that have been going on. So with all the cameras inside the White House and all the cameras outside of the White House and everywhere in between, the Biden administration now wants us to believe that there is no way they could figure out whose cocaine it was. Maybe the cocaine belonged to the TC pipe bomber. I mean, they've had 2 years to figure out who that person is. Maybe it was her cocaine. So with all these incidents that are happening, and now we get told that the professionals, the top of the line, who we employ in federal law enforcement, have failed to find out who the suspects were. These people are either not so much the top of the line professionals that we believe they are, or they were ordered to lie. There's no option 3 here, folks. Stemming from the fact that Joe Biden lies every time he opens his mouth, I would think it's the latter rather than the former. I just think that it's a horrible thing that they have now corrupted the once uncorruptible Secret Service. All right, so that's it. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.